So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys quickly how you can make enough money within the first hour of playing the game that you can buy the breezehome, all of the interior decoration really easily. Now the first bit of this video, I'm going to be going over sort of well-known stuff. You know, stuff like Helgen Keep, Embershard Mine, all of the bandit camps in the general, you know, Helgen area. This does give you thousands of bucks if you do it properly, so I do recommend that you do follow along. But after this little intro bit, I'm going to be showing you a unique way of getting 3,000 bucks at the beginning of the game that I came up with on my own. No one else is really talking about this on YouTube. But it's a really easy way to get an extra 3,000 to 3,500. Stick around till the end. How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how you can get easily about 5,000 bucks or more in Skyrim straight off the rip. So I'm starting in Helgen Keep. Obviously that's where you start in this game. And just to prove to you how easy and flawless this method is, I'm going to be starting at level 1. And I'm not going to be leveling up at all. So I decided to side with Rayloff because he's easier to make money with. You can make pretty good money if you side with Hadvar, but most people would choose to side with Rayloff. Most people already have seen Helgen a million times. You already know that you should be taking the Imperial armor. You already know how to loot in Helgen Keep. So I'm going to skip through most of this. Generally speaking, you basically just want to take all of the Imperial light armor you can. Ignore the heavy stuff, ignore the swords. You know, take the wine and all of the potions. And that's basically it for Helgen Keep. Yep, so in this room, you just kill the Imperials, take the light armor, the wine, the potions. And fun fact, you can actually loot this mage from the outside if you want. In this room, there's nothing you can really loot. The Frostbite Spider's venom is relatively valuable. It's 20 bucks and only weighs 0.5. So I recommend you actually do take all of that. And once you get to this room, go to the left, behind this little fire pit. Not many people know this, but it's actually a potion of health, which is a pretty bad potion. No one really uses that, but it is worth 67 bucks. Also, always take iron helmets whenever you see them early game, because their value to weight ratio is very good. Don't forget the bear pelt, relatively valuable. And just like that, we've escaped Helgen Keep. Now, before we go to Riverwood, there's a short checklist of locations that you should hit up. I'm going to speed through this because I'm assuming most of you already know most of these places, if not all of them. The first location, once you get down this path a little bit, you will find this sort of mountain area. This sort of mountain area, you can sort of identify it by the fact that there's a thistle. It's the first thistle you find in the game. Just go up the hill, and then you'll see this big opening. Just go straight, sort of south, and then you should see this sort of cave-ish thing. Once you open that chest, 3 bandits are going to spawn, so keep that in mind. Don't forget to take the hide boots and the skill book. This chest has random loot, obviously. It's usually something simple like that. And then just take out these bandits. They're pretty easy. The thing about these guys is they always are bow bandits. So if you're playing an archer build, you should especially come to this location because you get about like 60 extra arrows and a hunting bow. For bandits, you typically want to take all of their armor, as early game, it has very good value to weight ratio. Once you're done and you come to this path, look down sort of to the west. There's, every single time, there's always this guy. He may be a red guard, a Nord, or an orc. I recommend quick saving before you interact with him, but if you sort of put up a fight, he will attack you. He's a relatively tough enemy, and he does have a few healing potions, so keep that in mind when you fight him. But his armor is very valuable. I got lucky and I actually got a kill cam before he got his potions off. So yeah, the banded iron armor is pretty heavy, but it is valuable, and the helmet is also valuable, and you can take the shield too. Once you're done with that, I recommend going back to the intended path that you're supposed to take, which is just back over this hill. And once you get to the top of the hill, you're going to want to look sort of northwest. And down the hill and to the northwest, there will be another bandit camp. It's another unmarked location, and you can usually get a sneak attack on the one chopping wood, which is really nice. There's going to be 3 bandits. That's 1. Take a garnet. One of them always has a treasure map. Just open it up, and then you can just leave it. It's not worth anything. I'm going to show you where that treasure chest is in a moment. Just kill the rest of these 2 bandits. they always have a black mage's robe, coin purse and satchel, and a one-handed skill book. And then the iron armor lady always take her helmet, like I said, very good value to weight ratio. Take his armor, and then go down to the west to the path. And then you're going to actually take the path just to this little mountain. If you guys don't know about this is the Shrine of Talos, or a Shrine of Talos. And usually there's 3 worshippers, they don't have much money. Usually 1 or 2 of them will have a couple bucks, but that's about it. You can get the Shrine Blessing if you want. The reason we come here is because this Thalmor always has this Thalmor robes, which is worth a lot of money, a healing potion, and 1 random enchanted item. They're almost always worth about 300 to 500 bucks. So yeah, that's always worth grabbing. The next stop is, of course, going to be the Guardian Stones. And then the next step is Embershard Mine. I'm not actually going to go inside of Embershard Mine yet. I'm just going to unlock the location on my map so I can fast travel back later. And I'm going to kill the bandits standing outside. The reason I'm not going in is because my carry weight is almost at its max, and I don't want to have to drop any items, as I'm trying to maximize money, of course. Before we go to Riverwood, you're going to want to cross the river and try to get to Anis's cabin. It may be easier if you actually backtrack a little bit to that area. Once you get up to Anis's cabin, everything that she has actually counts as stealing, so you can't take anything from her. But if you go inside of her house, she does have a skill book you can read but not take. You just want to unlock the basement and go inside. And like I said, everything, even in the basement, still counts as stealing, so there's no point in taking any of it. You just want to immediately leave, because once you do, she will become aggro on you, and you can attack her without, getting a bounty or anything. The whole reason I do that is because her robes are valuable. 150 bucks. And if you go towards this cliffside, there's also an emerald in a deer skeleton. I can always never find it first try. Yes, here it is. It's a flawless emerald. Once you're done with all of that, you go this way, and there is usually some random... I don't even know what to call it. It's not necessarily even an encounter, but it's just a random thing. Usually there's a couple of pit wolves and a treasure hunter. Sometimes, apparently, a dead vigilant. I've never actually seen this before. But if you get the vigilant, that's actually really lucky, because his stuff is quite valuable. Yeah. I didn't actually know this could happen, so that's kind of interesting. A filled petty sword gem, damn. Anyways, remember that treasure chest I was talking about? That is this way. You just keep going, and eventually, once you get sort of close to Riverwood, you will see this big tree stump. It's relatively easy to see. If you can't find it, just go to Riverwood and head west and you'll see it. Inside is a chest that only spawns if you actually read the treasure map, so you do have to read it. And just take its loot and head to Riverwood. So, I'm actually going to sell all of my stuff to Alvor and Lucan. Then I'm going to talk to Gerda and get the free loot that she gives me. Just all of the Helgen stuff and the stuff that we've collected thus far is so much money that we actually can't sell all of it to just Alvor alone. So let that speak to the efficiency of this strategy. Yeah, I actually have to wait 48 hours to get more money from Lucan. And yeah, I'm already at 2,200 bucks, and we are not even close to done, ladies and gentlemen. So we're obviously going to talk to Gerda. She will give us some loot. It's not usually insanely valuable, but she has healing potions and usually a ring. Sometimes it's an enchanted ring, but not always. She does give you the key to her house as well, and you're allowed to take any items you want, or most of the items. I recommend taking wine, as it also has good value to weight ratio. She has a chest, which is random loot, but sometimes it can be decently valuable. The non-stealing items, that is. She also has a petty sword gem, and another chest with random loot. Alright, the second to last thing, or I suppose the last thing before we get on to my special, unique money-making guide. Yes, that's right, I'm not just showing you the generic, well-known strategy. I do have my own strategy that will, make you an extra 3,000. So yeah, you just go through Embershard Mine, take out these bandits, loot everything, sell it to Alvor and Lucan. Since we have very low carry weight, I'm actually going to recommend just straight up taking everything. Even though it's not necessarily an efficient way of looting, the chances that you actually get over encumbered are quite low, so you may as well just take everything to get every last little septum. If you want, you can also mine all of the iron ore. I'm not going to do that because I'm sort of making this video on a bit of a time crunch, but that is also an excellent way of getting iron ore. I don't recommend selling it, but it's good for smithing. Inside this room, there's a boss chest with random loot. Wow, this is really lucky. An enchanted piece and a flawed Varla stone. You guys may not get that lucky, but if you get a flawed Varla stone, that is an instant 300 bucks. Approximately. Alright, that's the last of them. There's 2 spots in this dungeon with loot. There's this one with the 3 gems. There's also this chest with random loot. And then one last locked chest that you can loot. So after selling everything we got from Ember Shard Mine, I am now at 3,700 bucks. I don't know about you, but to me, for doing almost nothing, not even Bleak Falls Barrow yet, that sounds pretty goddamn good. Alright, so as promised, I have my own unique money-making method that's going to give you an extra 3,000, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, depending on your luck. Obviously, chest loot is always going to be random, but I do have a very reliable way of making probably about 2,500 to 3,500 bucks. And yeah, this is something that I came up with on my own, so obviously no one else on YouTube is showing this off. And this is strictly for new players. If you're playing on like a level 100 character, then first of all, why do you want 3,000 bucks so bad? And second of all, it obviously isn't going to work for you because you've already done most of the things in the game that there is to do. So you're going to just want to come down to Whiterun, and you're going to want to go to Windhelm. Now once you get to Windhelm, you're going to want to go east and just go straight down to the docks. I'm sure, as you may be suspecting, we are going to Sorstein. Anyways, you're going to want to hop over here, talk to Gjalland. It costs you 250 gold, but obviously we're going to be making 3,000, so that's, you know, a very worthwhile investment. Alright, once you first get on Raven Rock, this guy's going to talk to you. You can literally just skip out of the conversation. So what you're going to want to do is once you get to this little crossroad, so the first part that I'm going to show you involves you going to the left, sort of to the northwest. You're going to want to keep following this path all the way to the Earthstone, which is that. You don't actually need to go to the Earthstone itself, but I am going to quickly unlock the location on my map. So once you get to the Earthstone, sort of to the north, there's going to be 2 reavers inspecting a body. These guys are very low level. They should be about as difficult, maybe a little bit more difficult than just standard bandits. So you shouldn't have any issue, even at level 1. Take their gold and their armor. And this guy always has this. Nordic Amulet of Minor Health, Magicka, and Stamina. And then obviously his standard armor. This guy has nothing. However, if you read his book, that starts a quest that you can do. And in his satchel, he has a garnet, 3 quicksilver, silver, and 3 star rim. The star rim is really the thing you want from that satchel. So once you're done, you're going to want to go back to Raven Rock, just fast travel, and turn around. And you're going to want to go beyond the bulwark, or whatever this thing is called. And once you go this way, you are going to see the captain of the guard, and he's being attacked by 3 ash spawn. This is actually a risky bit. You're going to want to be quick saving often. These ash spawns are extremely difficult to kill. As you can see, I'm playing on expert level difficulty, which isn't that high, but they are extremely difficult. Usually, Captain Valith should be tanking for you, but he will die very soon. You can actually loot them. They have half-decent loot. Once he goes down, you're going to want to sort of lure them back to Raven Rock, where the guards can help you take them down, because they are extremely high level. You should not be fighting them on your own. You can actually help them too, to sort of speed things up a little bit. Alright, so now that that's dealt with, you're going to want to go back out to this sort of farmhouse that he was at. And you're going to find a dead veteran guard. He's always got the same loot. This is an elven bow, which is extremely valuable, and an elven sword, which you can keep if you like, but I'm going to be selling them as they are extremely valuable. There's nothing actually in this place except for, you know, this, if you have the key. I believe you have to get the key from Captain Valith, so we're not going to be paying attention to that right now. Right, so now, if you look to the west, there's going to be another island. One with a flag on it. Make sure you have your healing equipped, as there is a couple of ash hoppers, and they are difficult. They will kill you. Basically, you want to sort of run around back, climb the mountain, and there should be a dead reaver with more bone moored armor. Just take his stuff, and you can quickly loot the chest. There's usually nothing special, but decent loot. Don't even bother trying to kill the ash hoppers. They're way too difficult, and they will destroy you. Once you get back to the mainland, there's one more location that you're going to want to hit up, and that is the little house icon to the east. There's going to be a few ash hoppers, and probably maybe some ash spawn. Just ignore every enemy. They usually don't kill you. If they do, you know, it should be fine. As you can see, I'm sort of surviving. Once you get to the house, there's going to be a chest. I don't think there's that much loot. Right, yeah. These ash spawn are going to spawn in. Quickly loot the chest. I didn't really have anything in mind. And go straight into the basement. Alright. Once you get into the basement, there's going to be a reaver and a reaver outlaw. The outlaw is actually decently difficult. He shouldn't give you too much trouble. If he does, you can just play Ring Around the Rosie, I guess. Yep. Oh, that's brutal. Not too difficult. You can loot his body, take his wine, his armor. Same with this guy. And in this location, there's some valuable potions laying about. There's also some mead, this flawless amethyst that's on the desk, and a knapsack which usually has some decently valuable items. There's also a chest that you can have, and then you're going to want to activate this bookcase and go deeper. Once you get in here, there's going to be a dead guy who always has novice robes of conjuration or novice robes of restoration. Take that, take his hood, and you should have you should have a chest with some random loot in it. It's actually a dwarven, these are both dwarven chests. This is a high level dwarven chest, so they should have decently valuable loot in them. I actually got relatively unlucky. On my other playthrough, when I did a playtest, I got way better loot. You're going to want to save your stamina, because as soon as you exit, the ash spawn are going to keep attacking you. Okay, I actually died. Shit. Yeah, so I'm actually going to turn my difficulty down to novice, so I can actually get out of this situation. Yeah, this doesn't usually happen, but if it does, you may have to do some cheese. Also, I just noticed there's potions on that shelf. And that is everything. That is all of the different locations that you're going to want to be hitting up. But I can fast travel now. So now it is selling time. All of that loot we just got from the various locations on source time. Well, we have 3,600 to start out with. And now that I've stored everything, we went from 3,600 to 6,400, which is 2,800 bucks profit, just from hitting up, what, like 4 locations on source time? That was about equal to Helgen Keep, Embershard Mine, 2 bandit camps, Anissa's cabin, and that extra flawless emerald. So yeah, just like that, I've been playing, like I'm looking at my OBS, and it says that I've been playing for 40 minutes. So 40 minutes in, and I already have 6,400 bucks. And that's not even counting Bleak Falls Barrow or the dragon bones you get from fighting the first dragon. So basically, enough money to buy the breezehome straight off the rip. And yes, I'm still rocking the Imperial Sword, the longbow, and the Gunjar's outfit. All at level 1. So yeah, if this video helped you out in any way, shape, or form, make sure you guys do drop a like or a sub. I make a lot of different tutorial / guide videos on the channel to do with Skyrim, so if you're ever struggling to figure something out, there's a good chance that I will make a video on it in the future, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on. And yeah, stay awesome like always, and peace out.